is Chris, the Idaho Painter here in Boise, Idaho, and I'm going to be going over a question I get quite often through Facebook and through my YouTube channel and some of my other social media networking, and that's in regards to what I charge to complete a project. And most of the projects we do, our primary focus is interior and exterior repaints. And so I'm getting questions on how much to charge to paint a house, interior or exterior, and I'll address that right here. And I don't make my bidding process too complicated, and I just really do it for basically a square foot price. And one thing you got to keep in mind is my square foot price here in Idaho is going to be completely different than the square foot price in another state or another country. And to explain that a little bit, if I'm charging $1 a square foot for an exterior here in Idaho, when I actually go to California, I actually charge 3 times the amount that I do in Idaho. So in California, I'd actually charge $3 a square foot, and a lot of that has to do with just in California, the cost of living, the cost of products, the cost of labor is 3 times more. So the going rate in California is actually 3 times more than the going rate in Idaho. But my bids, interior and exterior, are just done on a square foot price. And what is the square foot, and what am I referring to? And I'm actually just referring to the square foot, the blueprint pattern of the building. So the building itself, so a house, I'm going to call up a customer, ask them what the square feet of their house is. And a single story or a 2-story house it comes down to square feet. And so the house could be 2,700 square feet. And I just take the square feet and I multiply it by the square foot price that I'm charging. And that square foot price will also vary during the year and the time of year and the season, and that's basically, it comes down to supply and demand. In the middle of the summer, my square foot price is quite a bit more than it is in, say, springtime, when we're just rolling into our exterior season. So I could be getting $1.15 a square foot for an exterior in the spring, and then my price could actually go up to $1.50 a square foot if I'm booked out for a month or 2 months. Now, if I'm getting to the point where we're not booked for only a couple weeks, then the square foot price is going to lower. And the square foot price also applies to interiors also. So the interior is just the blueprint of the building, so the layout is got a square foot to it. So and that could be, it could be commercial, could be residential, the same thing. It's going to have the square footage to it. I'm just going to take that square footage, and on an interior, we're typically going to be around $2 a square foot, and then we're just going to take the $2, multiply it. If it's a 3,500 square foot building, multiply it by 3,500, and that's going to be the price I do the job for. And there are some other little factors that come into play, and the age of the building, whether there's 2 colors, 3 colors, there's a lot of other little things that come into play. But I typically keep my bids pretty simple and easy to write. And whether there's 2 colors versus 3 colors, my painters are extremely good. They're fast, efficient, and on an exterior, 99% of the time, every exterior, whether it's 3,500 square feet all the way down to 1,500 square feet, we can paint it in a day. So the bulk of our business is interior and exterior repaints, and we do it on a square foot price. There are other odds and end jobs we do that I got to just give the people just a flat out number, and that's for like doing a front door, and we charge $175 to spray a front door. And so, but I'll take and look at the customer will call me up, ask me for a bid. I'll ask them for the square footage of their house, and then I'm going to take that square footage. I'm going to ask them also the age of the home. The age of the home will give you a little bit of an idea how much prep work you got on the home. And then I'll take a look at the home and just briefly, and then I'm going to come up with a bid and then write them a bid. And then the number sounds, pretty simple. It's a simple and easy process, but my bid packet is a fairly large bid packet that we had to the customer, and the bid packet is what actually sells the job. And we probably get a rate of 75% of the bids that we actually bid. And this is Chris. Hopefully this, here in Boise, Idaho, from B&K Painting, hopefully this answers a little bit about your questions that you're shooting at me with how do I go about bidding buildings, and there's a lot of other types of bidding to do out there, but ours, when it comes to interior and exterior repaints, is just a square foot price.